Hello. Welcome back to the little farm, little town, where it looks like I actually need to empty out the harvester first off. So let's get that done. "13 kilometers an hour will be fast enough for the Oliver in the field." I've just checked on the fix that I did to the sunflower fill point, and it hasn't really worked too well, so I'll fix that again tonight, because I plan on recording a couple of videos tonight as well. Also, at about 8:30, 8:45, I will be on Discord. I'll be on the Discord server tonight. The link is going to be in the video that's going live at 6:30. The link is going to be in there. I probably should put it into the description here as well. I will do that during one of the ad breaks. I'll put it into chat and into the description. I'll need to open up Discord to do that, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Discord takes a couple of minutes to load up though, for some reason. Hey Chief. I'll be on Discord tonight in voice chat for the... which book do I have it written in? I've got it written down somewhere and I can't remember which book. Oh, it's in this one. Yes. So the plan for E3, I have it written out here for myself. EA is up at 9 PM tonight. I'll be in voice chat for that. I know a lot of YouTubers and content creators are doing live streams and everything. No, I want to interact with you guys. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on everything as well. So I'll be in my Discord voice chat at 9 o'clock tonight. At 3 o'clock in the morning, it is Bethesda. I won't be talking during that. I will have text chat. I'll be in the text lobby. I'll be hanging out in the voice chat. I'll just be muted. So if you guys want to join me for that one as well, you can feel free. At 5:30 tomorrow, it is the turn of Microsoft. I will definitely be in the voice chat for that one. Oh, what I've done is I've moved the... Yeah, what I've gone and done, I think, is I've... That's really weird. Have I moved the hitbox but not moved the actual model? Yes. Well, that could help, I guess. 9 o'clock tomorrow night is Ubisoft. I will again be in voice chat. And then 2 o'clock tomorrow night, Tuesday morning, is Sony/PlayStation. I'll be in text chat for that. A PC Gamer Show, I don't know if I'll be around for that, to be quite honest. Last year's one was a train wreck. They're planning on doing something similar again this year, so odds are I won't be in it. I'll watch a Nerdcube live stream of it or something, because that was entertaining last year. And Nintendo don't really have a press conference. They've got a treehouse thing, or as I've written down, Nintenderp, because they don't have any understanding about modern marketing techniques. Hey, Jake. I'm not gonna cover their treehouse nonsense. That's at 5 o'clock on Wednesday. If anybody who's really interested in looking at Nintendo, talking about how great Nintendo are on YouTube, which they don't. I think it's going to be live streamed on YouTube, which they don't really care about in any sense at all. Just the sweet irony there of Nintendo doing something on YouTube that, I can't support Nintendo. I just can't. Yes, they make great games, but they don't care about content creators. You're Farmer Jeff's friend. Awesome. As I call him Farmer Jeff, because he's accidentally misspelled his own name. I want second gear. There we go. So this is the little town map. It's quite good. I've done one minor edit. I need to fix the minor edit I've done. If I edit maps like this, it's because I'm trying to fix something. It's not that I want to change it up like I did to my Cobra map. It is just... It's all down to just personal kind of preference. You told him about YouTube and he subbed. Awesome. I really appreciate when you guys share the channel. Because it is quite hard to get new subscribers. It is quite hard to get the word out at times. Tonight's video, I should talk about that real quick. I've been alluding to a mystery mod and talking about a mystery mod the last few streams, the last few videos. Tonight's video is going to be the reveal of the mystery mod, which if you watch Simulate Gaming, I'm one of the best YouTubers. I disagree. If you watch Simulate Gaming, who I think is a lot better than me, in all honesty, he enjoys my content, I enjoy his. It's I think it's a good relationship. Can you put it on Twitter? Hey, by all means. By all means, share out the channel in whatever way you want to. You don't need permission to share. If you watch Simulate Gaming, you will know what the mystery mod is, because not only does he now have it in his Let's Plays, he actually name dropped me when he was showing it off, because he had a minor issue that was an unrelated mod conflict. It was a conflict between the mud mod and real terrain, which is a... Can Farmer Jeff time me out? Yep. But that's only if you start acting like a douchebag. He knows the rules of the channel. He knows the kind of atmosphere I try for. And I mean, it's not the... I just try and get... Can he time me out now? I mean, he can, but he won't, or at least I don't think he will. I tend to let a lot slide in chat. It's only if people are being super disruptive that I start asking for timeouts. And it's usually just like delete message first, and then, oh, you've timed them out. That's a 5-minute timeout, Jeff. That's like 5 minutes by default. and I can't fix that. So Jake, you're kind of stopped. You're banned for 5 minutes. Well, he did ask, yes, but that doesn't. You don't have to do everything everybody asks. It is a 5-minute timeout, though. I mean, the better thing to do is just start spamming symbols, and Nightbot will spam you or time you out for 5 seconds. It is effectively a ban as well for like that 5 minutes. He said it's fine on Facebook. That's fine then. Don't go like timing people out just because they ask, though. Delete their messages instead. That's much more fun. So we're continuing on with the corn harvest. Not corn. I say corn because I'm seeing the maize texture coming into the harvester. This is sunflowers. And I still haven't looked at... He's coming around yours. Fair enough. I still haven't looked at the multi-fruit mod to see how exactly they added the texture for sunflowers, which is kind of annoying me now. I really want to find out how they did it so I can edit multi-fruit to have compost soil textures on everything when I'm using a map that I want compost soil in. It won't be Colbra though. Colbra, I'm quite happy with just the Seed Master. It works, and I think I've got Colbra balanced nicely as is. Especially with the firewood mod. That's useful in so many different levels. Including, hey, there's a tree in the way, I want to get rid of it. Okay, I'll turn it into firewood by magic of Farm Sim. I'm gonna just clean up this area over here a bit. Because if you watch me for a long time, you'll know, number one, I'm insane and enjoy using hilariously small equipment. Number two, I have a... When am I in Discord? I'll be popping on briefly during the stream just to get the link. To generate a link to the Discord. And then tonight, I will be on Discord from the time I open it up. But tonight, I will be in voice chat at about 8:30, sometime before 9 o'clock, just to get everything ready to go for EA's press conference, when I will be cynical as all hell, because I can't support EA, I just can't. They've done too much... They've done too many negative things to gaming for me to support them. Bethesda, I'll be in text chat at 3 o'clock in the morning. This is one of those weeks where it's just like I will be screwing with my own sleeping pattern just to... It's setting you off. You deserve it. Bethesda, I will be in text chat only. I will be listening into voice chat. So if you guys want to have a voice chat about Bethesda, if you feel that's the thing you want to do, I'll be listening in. And I'll be in the text lobby. I'll bring myself down from my broadcasting booth as well into the voice lobby. I won't have like the broadcasting booth be a thing. That's going to be a thing, hopefully, if I get multiplayer live streams going, is I'll get people who are actually in the game into the live stream, into the broadcasting booth, so we can all broadcast and have a chat about the game together and get stuff sorted quickly. This jazz is really chill, yo. Microsoft, I'll be in voice chat again. Basically all the daytime-ish ones for British summertime, which is ironically the Irish time zone at the moment. GMT +1. So GMT is currently not being used anywhere in the world, which is interesting. All the daytime ones, kind of before 10-11 o'clock, I'll be in voice chat. Which is most of them, in fact. I'll be in voice chat most of the time. Hey Mohammed, how you doing today? I am looking forward to E3 to see what games I'm not going to buy. I just want to see how many pre-rendered nonsense trailers there are this year. Like, that's quite honestly my entire plan, is just look at the trailers and be like, ah, that's pre-rendered nonsense, go away. Because so many people think, oh, this is a really amazing trailer. No, it's not, and these are the reasons. You know someone who's fat. Is it me? Because I don't deny that. Anyone what? But yeah, so many people look at like trailers shown at E3 and they're like, oh, this is so amazing. The likes of PC Gamer and the media outlets are terrible for this. Like, oh, look at this amazing trailer. It's all pre-rendered. That shows you nothing about the game other than the guys behind it can pre-render stuff. Battlefield 1, Call of Duty in space, it's all pre-rendered. There's no actual tangible information about the game in those. And I would argue the Cattle and Crops, what's available so far, except apart from the devlog, that is all. That could all be pre-rendered. The devlog is the only thing that you might, I can argue, is not. And that's not me being cynical. That's me being realistic. Don't trust everything you see, because those trailers are made to sell games, not to advertise them fairly. And give you an, they're made to sell the games, not to show you what. Play this game on Android? No, this game doesn't actually exist on Android. You can get Farming Simulator 16 on Android. Hey Harry, your nan said she does not fat YouTubers. She doesn't like fat YouTubers. That's her prerogative. In my experience, some of the best YouTubers are actually overweight, because we have the thickest skin and blubber. That was a bit extreme, Fahy. Good Lord, Fahy shows up and shoots someone. It's like a Texan arriving in a bar. I actually want to talk real quick about the incident that happened in Orlando in Florida earlier on today. There was a mass shooting and apparently there's 50 people killed over there. I know somebody who went to that bar. I know somebody who actually was going to go to that bar in the next few days to visit some, head down to Orlando. That's the bar he goes to, and he goes there. I'm good. I'm good now. I wasn't earlier on this morning because my friend does live. I have a friend who does live in Florida, and he does go to Pulse fairly reasonably frequently. And when I heard about the mass shooting, I immediately thought, "Oh God, no! I hope he wasn't in there at the time." Turns out he was in Tampa, so I was very, very relieved when he marked himself as safe. But America, stop with the guns. Seriously, you need to ban them. I know there's the whole constitutional right to bear arms. That means knives. Knives are arms as well. Fists are armaments. Under that same logic, why is, a 54, or why is a tank illegal to own in America? Because we have the right to bear arms. A tank is an armament. An F-15 jet fighter is an armament. having guns legal is the dumbest thing you can do. And there is no defense for that. There is no defense for... you think... oh, chat has frozen again. There's no defense for, like, having guns be legal. Absolutely none, because the second you ban guns is the second that gun crime suddenly drops. The second that mass shootings suddenly stop. Because, while yes, there's going to be some nutheads who, you know, some nutjobs who do get their hands on guns illegally and do carry out mass shootings regardless, it's a lot harder to get guns illegally, and gang members tend to just shoot other gang members. The Euros won't pass peacefully. England have proved that already. Russia have proved that already. They've caused enough riots. Hey Summer, if you're interested, later on today I'll be on my Discord server. You don't mean the English for the Russians? Yeah, the French are causing just as much trouble, in all honesty. That's going to end up with people dead. I'm going to refresh the chat overlay real quick. I'll be on Discord later on for E3. I'll be on it. I'll be on Discord for most of the conferences. PC Gamer is the only one I'm skipping. I know it's kind of hypocritical me saying I only play PC games, and the only conference I'm skipping is PC Gamer. That's because they don't really talk about games. They talk about the really pointlessly intricate details of why the architecture of this stick of RAM is better than the architecture of this stick of RAM. It's RAM. Does it work? Yes, good. I don't care about the details. Which one is more powerful? This one? Okay, I'm getting that one. Which one's better value for money? This one? Okay, I'll get this one then. I don't care about the actual details. I mean, last year's PC Gamer show was an absolute laugh-a-minute disaster. It was laugh-a-minute only because I was watching NerdCube's stream and they managed to get something very inappropriate trending on Twitter worldwide. That's how bad PC Gamer was. That NerdCube could get something trending worldwide because he got bored. They also managed to annoy a load of devs. By sending that hashtag to them. That was one of the highlights of E3 though, for me last year. But this year I am probably going to have NerdCube stream on kind of quietly. Should you unban J? Yeah, I think you should if you can. I might need to go into my creator studio and do that myself, but if you can do it, please do. That was a bit of an extreme thing. I would have just gone for the 5-minute timeout personally, or just a couple of message deletions. Oh, you can. Oh, I didn't know you could unban like that. Usually when I ban, it's a permanent thing, because if I have to ban somebody, they've done something seriously wrong. So I don't really care about how people get unbanned. Which is, you know, a bit mean, but, you know, it's... It's a bit mean to say, you know, I don't care how to unban people, but at the same time, I really don't, because if I ban somebody, they deserve it. Fatty was talking to me last night about somebody he would have banned that I haven't, and he was just praising me for my my patience. And I said, well, you know, you've seen me playing this for a while. Am I going to get more kit? More equipment? Well, yes, that's the plan. This is just kind of the starter equipment I've given myself. I like giving myself a challenge. So usually I'd play with soil mod and whatnot. This map doesn't have soil mod, which is great. Because I don't want 2 maps of soil mod at once. This is basically vanilla-ish. There's the mud mod, which is cool. Hey, Tom and Dara, how are you guys doing today? I like giving myself kind of a really ridiculously small starter kit on maps usually, just because I don't get why you'd start off a map with like the biggest harvester and the biggest tractors and the biggest everything. No, there's no challenge in that. Generally I don't like maps where you start off with all the fields as well. Although, in some cases it's fine if there's like a reasoning behind it. If it's like a really small map like this one even, I don't mind it too much. But it's like the full-size maps where you start off with all the fields. The Netherlands maps, the Dutch maps are particularly bad for this, where you own all the fields. I know the reason is like, oh well, in reality you wouldn't start off with like 2 fields, you'd have the full farm, but it's a personal thing, I don't like it. You subbed to me about 2 weeks ago because Jeff told you about it. Awesome. I think I remember seeing you sub actually. Because I get emails when people sub if you got your subscription set to public to show them. I get an email when you subscribe. Hey Chris. I get emails when people subscribe if their subscriptions are set to public, so I get to have a look at what kind of people are subscribing and what they're interested in, which is really quite useful information for me to improve content. I can kind of look at trends in the people I'm subscribed to or the people who subscribe to me even, and the people I subscribe to myself, where I can see look at trends emerging in farm sim. Soil mod most definitely is not a trend, but I love it to pieces, so it's not going away anytime soon. Not on Coldbra anyway. This map looks great. It is actually a really good map. It's one of the few where, like, equipment this size, yes, it does take a few hours to harvest with this stuff, but the equipment this size actually kind of fits the size of the map, because if I hit 9, that's the entire map. You know, it is a small map, so am I liking this map? Considering it's not the kind of map that I'd usually play, because I think everybody knows I like the full-size 2 km by 2 km maps. This is most definitely this is a very good map. It's very well made. The detail work is really good. It's even got some things in it that I don't like that are done to the point where I can accept that they're done well. Because it does have the mud model that I always complain about, like the big ruts and whatnot. That's usually like shoved half a mile up in the air. Are there any errors? The only one I've come across is the sunflower storage heap is a bit lower than I'd like. It's very difficult to see where the sunflowers actually are in the heap when you don't have many in there. And that's something I'm currently working on fixing in GE. It's about a 30-second fix. Other than that, no errors at all. It's by Mapper's Paradise, so you'd expect pretty damn good quality. It's by Lanciboi of Mapper's Paradise, in fact, to be precise. And you know, normally I don't like small maps, but I wanted an excuse to use the small farms pack properly, not just kind of shoehorning it into a big map. And this map kind of fit the bill quite nicely. And yeah, I'll be getting bigger equipment, but I'll probably top out at the something about the same size as Sampo Rosenloo. I don't see the point of having anything much bigger than that. That's a pretty big harvester for this map, in fact. You know, this is one of those maps where there's no need for big equipment. You can make do quite happily with the smaller stuff. I remember stuff that I stuff that I play with tends to be error-free. Hey, and iGaming. Stuff that I play with, I just kind of choose. I made the decision that I don't want errors. I know Dirt Hebbers does the same thing, and he actually fixes errors in mods. I don't, because I do occasionally, if it's a mod that I really, really want to work, I will fix an error or two. I don't, because I want to show you guys the mods as is. You know, this is how you would this is the mod as it would be downloaded. I have done some edits to some mods to get functionalities that aren't in them by default, such as the Hassia grain drill from the Small Farms pack. I have edited that to work with the Seedmaster. The same with the Kuhn Satira 3000 seeder that is on Giant's Mod Hub. That has also been edited to work with the Seedmaster, but that's just adding functionalities to stuff that already exists. It's not fixing bugs or fixing errors, it's just, you know, it's a 30-second XML edit that anybody can do. And the mod I've actually edited as well. I've turned off terrain response. You know, anybody can do these fixes. It's not something you need a vast amount of skill for, it's just, what does the XML say? Well, what do I need to change to get the desired result? Hey Ford, you took your time coming in. I told you when the stream went live half an hour ago. Still working this field? Yep. Almost done though. Getting very close to being done. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to pause the game and play an ad, and I'm going to open up Discord to get a link for you guys. So Discord should be there. Hopefully it's going to open up first time. Guess what's happened to Daggerwin's now? Oh, what has Daggerwin done now? Or fanboys? I'm actually blaming fanboys more than Daggerwin, to be quite honest. Because, I mean... what's happened over on Daggerwin's channel? Why is Discord not opening? Is Discord pulling this nonsense that it pulled from me last night again? CD Discord. It's trying to open. There we go. You like the harvester? It is a really good harvester. There you go. Farmer Jeff is online, as is Summer. So I'm just gonna get a link to the... Oops. I want a permanent... No limit. Yep. I want to generate that invite. Copy it. And paste it in there. Maybe inappropriate on YouTube. Try and explain it in appropriate terms. So that is a link to my Discord server. I'll be on there later on tonight for E3 and throughout E3 to provide Snarky commentary over everything. It may be inappropriate, but try and describe it in appropriate terms. And if it's super inappropriate, Fahy can delete the message, or Jeef can delete the message. So, you know, there are fallbacks in place here. If it is, like, super inappropriate and whatnot. So feel free to tell us. Where am I going to watch E3? Probably on YouTube. I'll probably watch the YouTube streams, or I'll find a stream of just the press conferences. I'll be sat right here. Oh dear! Oh dear. So, they described Daggerwin fanboys in an artistic manner, did they? The hardcore Daggerwin fanboys, I should. Is Summer Raven a new mod? No, Summer Raven is one of the oldest mods. Summer's been here since I started. Summer was here the very first stream I did. They're just very busy because it's summertime, and Summer is in fact a farmer. Oh, what does Dagger say? I want to hear what Dagger says here. I need to hear this. I hope he says like they're describing themselves or something. I genuinely hope he said that, because that's what I'd say. Your farmer 3,000 acres. Well, yeah, but Summer's style of farming isn't exactly suited to having large acreages. We'll put it that way. Summer does a very work-intensive style, from what they've been telling me. Let's just say everything is one or two horsepower. Literally. But it's nonsense like what happened on Dagger's server that kind of discourages me from starting my own. I said that somewhere. 1 or 2 horsepower, literally. Daggerwin says a lot. Well, I mean, it is funny. It is funny to see somebody do that, but then you remember that, oh, I've got to plow that up now. Or delegate somebody to plow it up. You're on TeamSpeak with Tom. Honestly, I was thinking about getting a TeamSpeak, but being blunt, Discord is better. It has much lower prices for a server. Also known as the servers are free. Farmer Jake unbanned. Yep. I Fahy unbanned him. That's kind of the downside. Now it's funny to look at first, but then you have to realise. Hey Pedro, can you say the IP? I don't see the point, Jeff. I mean, I'll be on Discord later tonight, and Pedro, if you don't have the Discord, do you have a link to the Discord? Hey, German. Because I'm going to be doing Discord events for E3. And I'll be posting links and whatnot in Steam group when I'm going live on it. Can you send... Yes, please. I want to see how detailed these pictures are. I want to see how well they can draw. Because I have signed my name with a cedar before. And I have done that myself in the past, although it was with like wheat or something, so I could cover it up fairly quickly. It is fun to draw harmlessly, you know, seeding wheat or barley or something. It is fun to do that with a seeder. Grass is a bit douchey. Some of my grass, not so much. You know, something you can easily cultivate in is fine. Grass is just a dick move. And Jeef has just posted the link to my Discord, so if you guys want to head over there later on tonight, I'll be snarking along to the E3 the EA press conference and over tech. That link, Pedro, is the link to my Discord server. Luckily, you guys can get it in browser. I use the desktop app because I needed to run the server. Servers are free, which is the biggest advantage to Discord over TeamSpeak. And I'll be in there tonight at probably about 9:15 for the EA press conference. I'll be in the text lobby later on tonight as well for Bethesda, and then Microsoft tomorrow. I'll be back in voice as well as Ubisoft, and then Sony I'll be over text snarking away. Oh, the thing I'm driving, that is a Farmall 300 with a corn harvester on the back. This is an Oliver tank with a grain trailer on the back. This is all off Mod Central. You're on a TeamSpeak server for you guys. Discord is actually better than TeamSpeak. I can say that honestly. Because while yes, you need the IP to get into TeamSpeak, I can give people like temporary membership and they're insta-banned as soon as they leave. Link is now sent to me in Steam. Awesome, I'll check it out later for it. Is this Xbox 360? No. No. This is PC, this is modded to high hell. Is that coming? No, this is from the Small Farms pack on Mod Central. This is Small Farms pack. These two are separate downloads. This trailer is from Classic pack. You've been using TeamSpeak for 10 plus years. Yeah, I'm not saying TeamSpeak is bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying TeamSpeak is a really good service. Discord, however, is better. The Oliver has a weird habit of if you stand too close to it, like if you stand in the wrong place, it will suddenly start rolling. So I can get it to go backwards by standing somewhere around here-ish, maybe. Well, I've had it roll off in the past. So this is the Farmall 300. McCormick Farmall. Towing a case corn harvester. And it is a corn harvester, it's not a forage harvester or anything. There we go. And they have basic gears on this equipment. I've been asked to put basic gears on stuff. Through Steam and through private messaging. I can't. I don't know how. If I did know how, everything would have basic gears on it because I'm quite good. I'm a bit tired. I tend not to sleep too well sometimes. And I'm going through one of those periods where I just have issues sleeping. You've tried a few. You always go back to TeamSpeak. Now you're stuck with. Yeah, I use primarily Discord and Skype. I do have TeamSpeak available. I don't have a server, but I do have TeamSpeak available, so I could hop on a server sometime. And have in the past. But in honesty, I think Discord is a really quite good option for people who don't have a budget. We'll say who have a budget of as little as humanly possible. This guy just broke your bros watching the Euros. I don't get football. I just don't. I don't understand the fascination with the Euros. It's a group of overpaid drama queens running after a ball. Can't argue free. Exactly. Discord is much better value for money than TeamSpeak. And you don't even have to download anything to use Discord. You can just use the browser app. You hate football? I can watch it very rarely, but it's normally just a case of, oh well, it's a group of overpaid idiots trying to kick a football. It's a children's game. For God's sake, it's a children's game that in essence is designed to teach teamwork. And these idiots don't understand the meaning of teamwork. Yeah, as soon as they get touched, they're on the ground rolling about like they've been shot. Sometimes I think the referee should have a gun to put them out of their misery. You only watch the Euros and the World Cup. That's more than I watch. Because I'm a Sunderland fan. That's... I don't actually like football, I just follow Sunderland because I lived there for a bit. Like, I've been to a Premier League football game. I can completely understand why people go to football games, because the atmosphere is usually pretty damn good. But it's the watching it for an entire day bit that I don't understand. If you're gonna watch sports for a day, watch a proper sport like motor racing. Like I'll be doing next week or this weekend, this coming weekend. I'll be on my computer all weekend. Yes, I'll be on some device all weekend because we don't have it on TV. Boo. I'll be watching Le Mans. I'll be watching motor racing for 24 hours straight, and I've no issue with that because I think that the quality of racing and endurance racing is a lot higher than Formula 1. Endurance racing is quickly becoming a 24-hour sprint where they don't really back down. They're driving at probably 90% the entire race, but it's a consistent pace. There's no... You know, slow down, fuel save now, please. Your Uncle Mary said to say sorry to the what? That makes no sense. You're looking forward to that? Yeah. I won't be streaming next weekend, by the way. On a related note, I won't be streaming. The race actually starts at 2 PM on Saturday, so no streams. I'll try and get extra video content out, but that's dependent on how E3 goes. How is Nightbot not after bopping you yet? More thunder and lightning. It's just cloudy here, I think. I say that, it's actually blue skies and beautiful. I lied. And yes, I do have to tilt my head over here to look out the window. My desk is in the way. 4Ds run down the road. I think so, yes. Looking forward to Battlefield 1 gameplay. Yeah, I'd like to see some actual gameplay instead of pre-rendered nonsense. My stream makes your night. That's kind of sad in a way. I've got to be honest, because I get that I get that you enjoy the content, but it kind of doesn't make sense to me because I think I'm dull as dishwater. So I always say, oh, you should watch this person instead. I genuinely think I'm not an entertaining person. I don't understand how people are subscribed to me. Especially when I'm actually doing things properly like this. Like when I'm doing things properly, it is kinda dull because I'm not blowing stuff up. ATS, I can understand why people enjoy that because I usually end up getting distracted by chat or something and crashing. Farm Sim, I kinda get into a groove and I think I'm in that groove roughly now. Yeah, watch the caps, dude. You can't work. Your knees are badly right. Ouch, that sucks. I have issues with my knees as well. Am I still streaming on Twitch? No, I quit that. There were too many trolls and not enough viewers. Twitch was just nothing but issues. YouTube, at least I can feel like I'm in more control of YouTube. Watched the Le Mans race last night that I did. The whoa, Jake, watch the language. Yeah, the GT3s are something else at Le Mans. I know that I used the same car. I used Aston Martin Vantage 2 weeks in a row for the races. That was actually unintentional. I just wanted to use a GTE car, and the first one I found was the Aston. Okay, so the language thing, I don't think that swearing is cool. I swear a lot off stream and in real life, but I don't think it's cool. It just... What numbers do you click to paint fully grown grass in GE? Oh good lord, that's a question. I think it's foliage level, foliage layers 045 or 245. I think is fully grown. And the stream's dropped. Lovely. How many frames am I dropping? Should have left him where you was. Maybe. How many frames did I just drop? That was probably like 400. Dropped to 0, so that was YouTube. That was on YouTube's end. Is it 1 and 6? I thought it was like 1, 4. Oh, 1, 4, and 5 is for growing grass, isn't it? Sometimes those stream drops are on YouTube's end where it just decides, no, I'm not accepting anything. That's why I instantly look for frame drops. If it's frame drops, I'll know that the issue's on my end. Oh yeah, 145 is I think freshly cut grass, I wanna say. It's either freshly cut or growing. The foliage layers. Why do you think it's 2 and 6? Is that not... that is canola, I believe, 2 and 6. You're making your own map. I think everybody should make their own map at some point. If they can run GE, if you can run Giants Editor, make your own map. Or at least edit a map, because you gain a newfound respect for map makers by doing that. Why did I turn that off? There's no need. 1 and 6 for fully grown grass. Huh. Yeah, 1, 4, and 5 must be like growing or something. Been a while since you played with it. Not too long for me. I was in it the other night, fiddling with this map. And that wasn't the first time I was in it in a while. I am working on something else in GE that I'm keeping tightly under wraps for now. Because I don't... Oh, for... Is this gonna be a thing now, YouTube? How many streams or frames did I drop there? Oh wow, that was a bad enough frame drop that it actually started counting again. 145 is freshly cut. Yeah, I thought so. Finish your sewer trailers, change wheels and dirt texture. Awesome. Whoa! For an hour, and now everything's just kind of gone to hell in the last few minutes. Because I've seen 2 separate stream drops here. 3. That's 2 in a minute. That's 3 in a minute now. 4. Um... I'm just gonna... What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just stick with this for a second and just leave it run like this. Nothing happening really. Just to leave, hopefully, the stream kind of level out and fix itself. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just... No, don't... Oh dear. You guys will get me talking over myself there. Oops. No, that's brass. Is this the one? Yeah. You banned Jake. I saw that, Chief. So, if you're looking for a good grass texture, that is an amazing grass texture. That's the one I personally use. Oh wait, no, that's not the one I use. This, no. Where's the one I use? It must be the one from Sandy Bay then. It's updated cut grass. Oh yeah, it is this one. This is the one I like. The second link I put down, 37251 is the one I like, not 36402. Updated cut grass. Because I don't like how the grass is green when you cut it always. Play Truck Simulator Online. I plan to, DJ Fusion. I'm waiting for Truckers MP to actually update. So let's continue on with the work. I'm waiting for multiplayer to actually update so that I can play it. I'm not like holding off for the sake of holding off. I'm holding off because the mod doesn't work yet. And while I'd love to play it as is, I want and need Arizona to be in the game. Unban Jake. Nope. He got banned for a good reason. If I wasn't for the ban, he was rude, abusive, and didn't take a warning about language. I only ever warn about language once or twice, and if it's continuous, it's a ban. He continued to use it after the warning. I don't think swearing is cool. There's no reason behind it. I know I swear a lot in real life, and I can attest to that. That like off stream, I'm a bit of a bad person for swearing, but sometimes it's just a crutch people use, is just to kind of link words together as they drop an F-bomb or something. And there's no rhyme, no reason behind it normally. It's just, haha, I can swear. You know. There's no... It's not something that makes you look smart either, I mean... Sometimes I swear when I get really angry. Because when I'm really angry, my brain stops working and I just... You know, that's the first thing that pops into my head. If I'm after hurting myself, yes, I'll swear because that actually reduces the pain. And that's been scientifically proven. There are situations where swearing is the best thing to do. Music's really creeping you out? It's supposed to. It's Toccata and Fugue in D minor. I think I really enjoy it. And DJ Fusion, if you don't stop spamming unban Jake, you'll get banned too. I am not averse to banning people for just spamming that somebody else should be unbanned. If a mod makes a decision I don't agree with, I will overrule it, but I completely get behind Jeef and Fahy and all the other mods. Time for bacon and cheese waffles. What do you mean you think it's time? It's always time for bacon and cheese waffles. It's always bacon time. Always time for bacon, good lord. Just be mad if you think it's never time for bacon. Is this gonna unload? Or is it just gonna it's just gonna pull the straight? There we go. The downside of this thing is you have to be insanely close to it to actually unload. You thought Arizona was out. It is. It's just not updated in MP. Your sound muted. It's still working for me. Did you accidentally press M with the stream open? Yeah, multiplayer is still using patch 1.2 for ATS. And patch 1.24 for ETS. Or 1.24. It was on your end, yeah. Usually when something like that happens, you hit M by accident. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna play a couple ads. So just spam the ad button to increase the chances of somebody getting an ad. Also, I'm gonna fix the stream slightly here because my watermark is in the wrong place. There we go. Better. There we go. The computer, at least. I don't think it's warm enough for ice cream today. I mean, ice cream is delicious and everything, but I am not in an ice creamy mood. What is delicious though is, and some people are gonna ask, like, what the hell, dude? Is like ice cream with some cream. Odd so far. You know, cream, ice cream, and pears. Sounds like horror music. It is generally used as horror music. This is generally used as horror music. Toccata and Fugue in D minor. BVW 565. In the Bach catalogue of music. It is a rather beautiful organ piece, though, I must say. Nothing wrong with that. You had it about an hour ago. Yeah, I like fresh pears and ice cream. Oh my god, so delicious. Oh god, I've not upped Austin Powers this again, have I? Farmer Jake gone. Yes, he got banned because he didn't listen to a warning about language. People think that I only joke about the language warnings. Nope. No. Language warnings are serious warnings. A lot of the warnings are serious warnings. Sometimes I'll make a joke and say, "Hey, look at you, look a band or something," you know. If I'm joking, I'll make sure it's obvious. Or at least apparent, if not obvious. But language, I'll put it this way. I'll put it this way. I'm not the kind of person who's gonna swear just for the sake of swearing. Usually, if I swear, it's because I'm really, really angry with something. YouTube's at it again. Is it dropping the stream for you? It's perfect on my end. But again, sub boxes are broken. No, I want this. There we go. So the video tonight is going to be ATS. And it'll be... I can tell you this now for a fact. The video tonight is me essentially talking about the plans for E3, for the Discord stuff. Yeah, when you found out about the D, that I can completely get behind some swearing on. Because that is just a dick move. Literally. Why would you even do that? It's not even funny. I mean, it's funny for all of about 5 seconds, but you would have had to spend a lot more than 5 seconds to do that. And it's nonsense like that that is why I don't have a public farm sim server. I will have some public games eventually, particularly when FS17 releases. I'll be running. I'll be running a public game on launch night of Farm Sim 17. As soon as I get it, I'll have a public game up. I probably won't stream it, but I'll have a public game up, so you guys can chill out with me and try out the game for the first time. Depending on like what day of the week it is, I might be able to stream it, and what time I get it as well. That's kind of somewhat important. Chat's frozen again. Oh, for the love of God! I'm putting that on YouTube. I'm just blaming that on YouTube. Can I access this? Come on. Yes! There we go. Fine, just no one's saying much. I still refreshed it. I was behind, so I didn't know. It's not... When's Farm Sim 17 coming out? I've heard October 16th as a date. It's still behind? It is actually. Why is that a thing? Have I accidentally scrolled up here or something? Farmer Jake's on your YouTube spamming you? We'll ban him. There we go. You've heard 31st. I heard 16th. Definitely mid to late October, early November of this year. It is the block button. It'll say like block. I've said you've sat on Farm Sim all day. I got up, had a breakfast, and then came on this. I can do with that. As soon as the stream is over, I'm going to make myself a bit of food, recording the video for Wednesday or for Tuesday, because tomorrow's video is already recorded and uploaded and ready to go. I'll be recording Tuesday's video tonight, if I've got time, and then I'll be moving on to Discord. To get ready for E3. You'll be on Discord at 9. I'll be on before that. just making sure that all my settings are correct. Because if you didn't know already, I'm a perfectionist and I want everything to be at least mostly right from the start. You won't be on Discord. Why not, dude? You don't have to be in voice chat the whole time. You don't have to be in voice chat. I will be... the first E3 conference is at 9 o'clock tonight. I don't expect many to be up for Bethesda, because that is quite late in the day. Quite late at night. But I'll be there if anybody else wants to join me at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. They can hop in and we can have a voice or a text chat session there. What time am I coming on? I don't know. Probably somewhere around the 8:30 region. Just to give myself half an hour to get all set up and ready. I can't predict exact times. You may then... I would say come on just to listen to the snark for E3. That's the whole point of my E3 stuff. You download Discord. You can if you want to. It's just a web app. You can just open it up in your browser. I have the desktop application because that's how I keep my server together. Keep everything together, and I have to find the link every time I want to be on it. But you can very easily just use a browser. In fact, it's almost easier to use a browser than to use the web app. That. So now we're just doing cleanup duty on the field, which means I won't be running this thing all the time. Some of you may be happy over, some of you may be a bit upset, I don't know. Remind you, I'll be putting out a notification. I'll be pushing a Steam notification about the EA conference, because that is the absolute snarkiest I will ever be. I dislike EA, I don't support any of their products. And they are possibly the worst for the pre-rendered nonsense. Ubisoft is kind of the second worst for me, because all of their games are near identical. They've all got the same mechanics. Bethesda kind of get a free pass for me because I don't generally like their games, but they've done nothing wrong. My dislike of Bethesda games is just a dislike of RPGs in general. So I have no beef with Bethesda. So that is Field 5 officially done. I've set the bloody Oliver off rolling now. Come on. There we go, that's a point that I can tip into. I won't start harvesting field 12, I believe it is, until the next video. Do I know Senon Valley? Yes, I've seen that map. Not my kind of map personally, but it looks perfectly serviceable. Looks perfectly good as a map. Can you have the Discord link? Sure. Ah, I gotta regenerate one. Hang on. There we go. There's the Discord link. Direct from my server as well. Either one of those two links will work perfectly. Just so you're aware. You and your friend are running it, you manage Arable, and your mate manages Arable also. Okay. So what I'm going to do now for the rest of the stream, because I am not going to finish here, see Jeff, or Jeff, I'll hopefully see you later on tonight. And don't go expecting Discord things to be a regular occurrence. They'll primarily be for special occasions and when I get super bored. You manage the livestock. Yes, I thought you made a screw up there. So, what I'm going to do for the rest of the stream today is park this up over here somewhere. Just the harvester. Like that. And bring off farm all. I'm keeping the John Deere intentionally. I'm keeping the John Deere out of use right now intentionally. Where did I put it? Where did I put the thing? There it is. We're now going to pick up the Minneapolis Moline. You manage the Arable, he manages the Arable. What a twist! Jeff. Welcome back, Pedro. Just getting ready to seed up now. So this seeder is also from the Small Farms pack. It is fantastic. I actually use it in tomorrow's video as well. So there's a bit of overlap between the two. What do I want to plant? Let's go for sunflower. Yeah, let's go for buggeration. That is... yeah, that's a grain. It's a nice deer. That's the Model A. That's going to be kept for Wednesday's video. I'll be using that in Wednesday's video with the grain harvester. I actually prefer the deer I've got in Colborough, the 7930. That is a fantastic mod. You can see the mud mod is working its magic, causing all sorts of problems. How do I get to field 6 from here? Looks like I turn this way. Yes. Where's the bloomin' entrance though? Is it down in here? Or is this just a... nope, here's the entrance. Is this an automatic gate or... I don't know. Nope, it's an animation gate. You have a Fent 828 and a Kubota. Nice! So this is field 6 here. This is what you start off the map with normally. I gave myself field 5 as well because I wanted the sunflowers. Here's KS230 Puma JCB at a T7. That's not a bad selection of stuff, to be quite honest. So it looks like this map doesn't have multi-terrain angle. Does it? No, it does not. Which is a bit of a shame. I might try and get that working. But I mean, it uses mainly the same textures I like, so it doesn't matter too much. This thing, the Minneapolis Moline, is really actually quite good because it's 3 meters wide, which is the same as the smallest in-game stuff normally. And it has a capacity that's that's very reasonable. Kubota, did Kubota buy a class? How do you plant a seedbed texture to put barley on? You need to select terrain detail as your texture layer, as your foliage texture layer, and then it is channel 3, I think, for the seeded texture. Channel 1 is cultivated, channel 2 I believe is ploughed, and channel 3 is seeded. If NR Gaming, this is going to sound a bit arrogant from me and possibly a bit rude. It's not meant as such. If you go onto the Giants Developer Network, download Farming Simulator Modding for Dummies. It actually has a link. It has a list of all of the different foliage channels that you can use, and what they do, what they are, what they do. It's not me being rude, it's me being like, hey, you know, there's a thing that you can use that, you know, gives you all the information you're looking for here. So you can possibly, hopefully, get that information yourself. And over time you do kind of get it ingrained in you that, hey, yeah, and I need to do this for this, and this for this, and this for this. And sometimes it's just like, I know it's this, but what happens if I, you know, click these two as well? You just kind of mess about. Yep, and FSUK also has a full list of foliage channels. It is helpful to have a list somewhere of the foliage channels, what they are and what they do. Oh, that's the one that was on FS15LT as well. That looked like a reasonably good Kubota. I just don't need one. I don't really see the need for a Kubota or something like that. If I'm being completely blunt and completely honest, the number one thing you should do in Giants Editor, if you're making a map, now this is how I do it. Everybody else is, you know, different people do it differently. I usually lay out where I want the fields to go first. Then I put the roads in afterwards. Then I start working on yards and detail work. I see it kind of like a painting where you start off with the basic outline, and then you start layering things on top of it. So you start off with the fields, and then you get the roads. Sometimes it, you know, some areas, if you're doing it like if you're doing it entirely fictional, you can do it in whatever the hell order you like. But this is the way I do it, is like fields and roads are kind of put in together to figure out the infrastructure of the map and how it's going to look, and then after that you start working on detail work. I would personally say leave all crops until you get the PDA sorted, because like you can see on this map, there is a yellow texture over here, which means the PDA was done after the crops were put in. And it just kind of, I always think it detracts from the PDA map when there are crops visible in the map, or on the map. Sometimes you can even use crops just to highlight things, which is a bit silly, but it's something you can do, is like draw little circles in wheat or something. Hey Ford, you're being helpful for once. More of that, please. I'm only joking with the 4-1s part. But in all seriousness, being helpful doesn't hurt. Unless you're helping somebody test how sharp a knife is with your body, then being helpful will probably hurt. Most likely it would hurt. Although if the knife's sharp enough, I guess it'll just kill you instantly, so maybe it wouldn't hurt too much. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Also, testing how... Even though I clear how to make PDA, it's pretty easy, actually, and you just need to make... I think it's a ping you need to make. Maybe it's a DDS. You just take a screenshot of giants that are from like 20 kilometers up or something. I don't know the exact distance you're supposed to go to, but you just take a screenshot of Google Maps or wherever you're basing the map on, or just the actual zoomed out. Yeah, PDA is actually the easiest thing to do, which is why I always get so annoyed when there's a badly done PDA. You go for dinner. See you, Tom. I always get annoyed when a PDA is done badly, because that's one of the easiest things to do in map making, is to make a PDA. It is quite difficult to get it to work perfectly, but there are certain... Yeah, you can overlook some small problems. See you later on Discord. See you, Tom. I really like this piece here. Can't remember the name of it, but I really like this piece of music because it's nice and jazzy and upbeat. Do 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 do. Yeah, you just position the camera like, I think it's at Y coordinate 20,000 or something, or 10,000, and you just aim it straight down and take a screenshot. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, one thing the one good thing about Giants rarely changing how things are done is that you can still use FS11 tutorials and FS15. It's a very, very good... It's one of the few advantages to it. And of course you can add your own flashes to it, like has been done here. We'll press 9. You can see he's put in Lanciboi in Littletown Farm onto the PDA map itself. That's done in Photoshop or GIMP or whatever photo editing software you use. That's quite easy to do. Bullet Bill is actually probably one of the best for having really overly fancy PDAs. Like I've seen the Mappers Paradise guys in general have like really ridiculously over fancy PDAs. Like, is it Thornton has the one with the big wood lining and all that kind of stuff? And then Colborough has all the field names down the side. It's like it's fancy for the sake of being fancy, and I love it. Normally I complain, oh well, that's just done for effect. Yeah, it is, but it's an effect that works. And now you might be beginning to see why I love this Minneapolis Molino so much. It can do a surprising amount of work with just 300 liters of seeds. You don't like the effect? Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it does. Dinner's in an hour, not a minute. Well done. What about... Yeah, he's no longer at Mapper's Paradise, but... that's presumably for personal reasons that he... I'm guessing he just can't commit the amount of time he wanted to working on maps. And he can't be helping everybody or whatever. He said there are personal reasons that he doesn't want to go into. I don't think it's a disagreement with Mapper's Paradise. I think it's just like he wants extra time to himself or something. You're very good at making edits of tractors and stuff. I can't work on I cannot edit tractors to save my life. Maps, relatively easy, in my view. Because there's just one... There is, as far as I'm concerned, one method of doing a map, and that is the correct way. And yes, there's probably a bit of... Yeah, mapping is very, very easy to pick up. Because it's all the same methods all the time. I'm sorry, I was trying to hold back a burp, I wasn't actually starting to break down. You can't use GE for... Yeah, that sucks that you can't use GE. I'm gonna play an ad. So, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should catch most people. So let's continue on. You're only good at doing dirt textures. I don't think I can even do that. Can't use GE, your computer can't run it. Not using GE is not an excuse for not being able to edit a mod. Most of the edits I actually do are XML edits. Or file edits. They're not Giants Editor based edits. Like changing textures, you do not need Giants Editor to change textures. What exactly am I planting here, by the way? This is... oat? Yeah, it looks like the oat color. Wait, what's up there that's grown? Oh, there's a field of wheat up there. Okay. Leave that like that. You've never got an ad when you... Well, I said apple now. Sometimes you don't get an ad for ages. Sometimes you get 63 in a row that are all the same. It's an essentially random process, which annoys me because if there's a logic behind it, I might be able to work out the logic and ensure people get ads. You get off in 2 weeks to make the map as thing to do, and that's I just slurred it on. Yeah. Sometimes I think the best thing to do if you want to make a map is just use your free time. Say you got an hour to spare on a Monday night. Use that hour to make some maps. Yeah, an hour a week is all you need to make a map. It'll take a while, but you can make a map. You've made a classic mistake. What have you flipped this time? What have you gone and flipped? Because normally when Ford says, I've made a mistake, oh no, something's upside down. And it's usually something to do with his woodcutting techniques. Which, I'll be blunt, are a bit mental. Well, let's leave it in 5th gear. I was going to lower the gear down, but I really don't need to. What I'm going to do with field 6 now is I'm just going to try and cut it in half so that it seeds a bit quicker. Forgot to buy the animals and gave you them all the things and now you have to do it all again. That sucks. That's a really, really bad mistake. That's a really dumb mistake because you just feel stupid for doing it. Because you know you should have done it in the correct order. You know you should have done it in the correct order, but you just screwed up because you weren't thinking. And I've made that mistake before, so I know that. Yeah, I'm not calling you an idiot or whatever. I'm saying I've done it, everybody's done it, where you do everything perfectly and then you remember that, oh, I actually need animals for this to work. Because I wasn't thinking straight when I did that, was I? No. You thought they were... That's exactly what I mean. Yeah, you know, you just assume. And you always... 9 times out of 10 you assume wrong. In general. It's a dumb, dumb, dumb mistake to make, but everybody's made it. If somebody hasn't made that mistake, they haven't played enough Farm Sim. Or they've never played Farm Sim. Because I would wager that absolutely everybody who's played Farm Sim has made that mistake. At least once. I sometimes do it intentionally where I get a bunch of stuff ready. You fill up the troughs and then buy a bunch of animals just to see how long. Like enough for one. Because it's usually just like enough for 1 or 12 or 10 or something like that. Is the game's base value, the minimum capacity. Sometimes I do it intentionally in reverse order just to see how long it'll last. With more animals than yeah, it was intended for. Now you've done another thing. Have you flipped a tractor now? So we got about 15 minutes left of the stream today. 20 minutes. I apologise. Oh yeah, because of all the stream drops, it killed 5 minutes of the stream. You've done that about... Yeah, everybody does it. You feel dumb for doing it, but everybody does it. You know, everybody is an idiot. At one point in their life. They make that dumb mistake where they completely forget to buy the animals. And assume they have, and I've done it in the past where I've, like 3 days later, come back and be like, hey, why are the pigs not... Oh. You know, why are the cows not producing... Oh, there's no cows. Ford should be playing Goat Simulator. That is such a terrible game. It's a sad excuse for a game. You rolled your tractor. How did you roll your tractor? How do you even do this? Like, you roll more tractors than I don't understand how you can roll tractors so much. I honestly don't. I mean, I can understand rolling trucks in ATS, but you hit a post and roll 4 times into a river, kind of. It's called Goat Simulator, what do people expect? I expected something that had basic modicum of gameplay, other than ha ha ha, look at our physics, they're so broken. In all honesty, if I do own Goat Simulator, I expected some modicum of gameplay other than haha broken physics, lol. That's the joke. Video's lagging? It's not lagging for me. Odds are the problem's on your end, DJ. DJ said hello earlier, Ford. He's been around for a while. By the way, is YouTube still trying to say I've got 60 FPS in these streams? Because it was claiming that yesterday, and I think that might have been causing some of the issues. Remember, I'm terrible at names, but if I can remember you, I can remember you've been here for a while. I can recognize names same day, but like next day is like, who are you? Does help if I'm just like looking for names. Faces I'm terrible with. 7,000 subs? What the hell? When did I gain 6,000? When did I gain like 6,304 subs? You need to get going? See you, Summer. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Hopefully things don't get too busy for you over the next few weeks. And you don't go and injure yourself again. I'm not on 7,000 subs. If I was on 7,000 subs, I'd have to literally have gained 6,000 subs today. Nobody gains 6,000 subscribers in a day. PewDiePie struggles to do that. 700 sounds better. Seriously? That sounded like 692 earlier on today. Oh, I did. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's made my bloody day. Oh, that has put me into a right good mood. 300 more subs until the 1,000 subscriber special, which is the next official special. I guess the 3 coverage I'm doing will now be an unofficial 700 sub special. I don't know. Oh, that's made my day. That has properly made my bloody day right there. Because I knew it was coming in the next few days. I was kind of half expecting it today. Oh, Nightbot, you douche. That trolley timeout on Ford again. Nightbot does not like you, good lord. I was expecting it this week. Anybody follow text source? No, but I do know that like some channels can just go viral instantly. What am I gonna do for 1,000 subs? It depends on certain things. There is a basic plan in place for a live stream of a slightly more adult game. Nothing to be banned off Twitch or anything. But there is a plan in place for some slightly less family friendly content for that. And I will have warnings and all in place and all that kind of stuff. I will not be playing ads during that stream. and it will be a stream. And what else will I be doing? You guys will actually be involved in the stream. It won't just be me sat here talking to you guys in chat. You guys will be involved in deciding stuff within the stream itself. Unfortunately, I can't afford to do giveaways. I wish I could. I really wish I could give away like a copy of if it's 15 or something, but I can't afford it. I just can't. Be amazing if I could, though. I would be so happy if I could do some sort of giveaway to say thanks to you guys. All 700 of you. Which, that's amazing. My secondary school didn't have 700. I think it might have done. Might have had 700 students. My primary school had 112. College was like 5,000. My course had 80 something for my course alone. Although that dropped rapidly after first year when people just started dropping out because they never showed up to lectures or anything. There were literally people who we only saw at exams. Your primary school is 710. That is a big primary school. Mind you, ours was one of 2 in this town alone. So your secondary school in England had near 2,000. Yeah, my secondary school had close to 1,000. But I mean, it's a very rural countryside area, and there's like 4 or 5 schools in a really tight radius here. Even secondary schools, so it's not going to be the case of, well, everybody goes to the same school, you know, it's the same trip for everybody now. Some went to a road at a school at the road, some went into the next town, some went to the other, you know, to a different town, and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like secondary school, and everybody breaks up and goes to various schools. You go to secondary school in September? Good luck with that. First year is going to be quite easy. Second year, well, it's going to be a bit of a slap in the face no matter what you do. Secondary school is tough compared to primary school. In college, the first year of university is very similar to secondary school. The second year is a slap in the face to wake you up. Oh my god, is that a slap in the face. And a kick in the nuts. Yeah, just to add to it. Stream's still going on? Yep. Still going. We had some minor issues yesterday. I cancelled yesterday's stream. Because my internet was derping quite hard. And I just got really, really frustrated and quit streaming for the day. No internet until just now. That sucks. We're in the final 10 minutes. Thereabouts. And later on tonight I'll be back online. I won't be streaming, but I'll be on Discord talking to some of you guys maybe about E3 and doing a live reaction session with everybody. And that, I guess the E3 coverage that I'll be doing is now the an extended 700 sub special, because we hit that milestone today during the stream, which, while I'm hungry, is just filling me with glee, because that was a milestone I've wanted for a while. See you, Tom. Seeing this field didn't take long at all. I'm not finished with this field yet. I just cut a section off. But the Moline is actually a really good seeder. When is E3? It starts tonight. 9 o'clock my time is going to be EA's press conference. 3 o'clock my time, yes, 3 a.m. my time, is Bethesda. What's E3? E3 is where you find out what pre-rendered trailers all the developers have this year. It's the biggest gaming conference in the world. Like last year, I think one of the biggest announcements for me was by Square Enix announcing that Final Fantasy VII is going to be remade. I went mental with that one. You're not gonna watch E3? Wait until Watch Dogs 2. When's Ubisoft? 9 o'clock on Monday is Ubisoft. 9 o'clock tomorrow night, my time, is Ubisoft's press conference. They will be showing off Watch Dogs. During that, there's no Square Enix conference this year by the looks of it, which is a bit odd. But last year during the Square Enix conference, I was like, oh, it just costs 3. Bought, because that looked amazing. Pre-ordered and bought on the spot. And Final Fantasy VII. Yes. Just yes. How do you watch it? YouTube is going to be live streaming a lot of content for it. All the different press conferences will be on the various companies' websites. YouTube, I believe, will be broadcasting the press conferences live as well on their E3 channel. I don't exactly know what the arrangements are. I'll be finding out kind of on the fly, unfortunately. Why am I using third person? Because it's a lot easier with this kind of equipment. Cobra is the only map that I'm going to force first person on myself. Twitch 11 as well? Twitch lost... I thought Twitch lost the rights to have the press conferences. Because YouTube have all the coverage this year, not Twitch. Whereas last year it was Twitch had all the coverage. I'll probably be tuning into something like the NerdCube stream as well. You know, Watch Dogs 2, don't pre-order it unless you get some very, very, very reliable information that it's going to be a good game. With Just Cause 3, I knew NerdCube had already played it, and I trust his opinions on games like that. On certain games. He said buy it is perfect, it is brilliant. He was right. It's a pre-order I don't regret. I got the Game of the Year edition pre-order, which is 3 expansion packs as well as the base game. So 2 of them are now out, the land and... is it air and land? So the next one is sea, so I'm expecting to see a big massive sea base. I'll some description for that one. But the one thing you'd never do is base purchases on stuff you see at E3. You're still impressed by the first one even after the downgrade. The downgrade is what didn't sell the first one for me. I was impressed by the E3 trailer. I knew that it wasn't going to look like that. I didn't realise how bad it actually looked in the end. In my honest opinion, Ubisoft were advertising the game falsely, because even the release trailers and all that had the E3 graphics pack turned on. That's false advertising in my books. That's unacceptable behavior by a game developer. I mean, it's fine to say, oh, not representative of gameplay footage. Well, you're trying to sell the game. Represent the gameplay. Represent what you're trying to sell. For the love of God. And tell us the specs of what's running it. You found an issue with the Kubota? A lot of mods have issues. Is it a big issue or a minor issue? Because the tractor I'm unveiling tomorrow, which has already been unveiled by somebody else, and is not currently available. I found a couple of minor issues with that, nothing major, nothing I can't overlook. It is a fantastic... It doesn't use fuel. That's a major problem. That is a huge problem. I could edit it so that it does. I know exactly what's gone wrong with that I can fix it. If you want it fixed, of course. Because I know sometimes you just decide, hey, that's free fuel forever for me. I know how to fix that. I can edit it up for you and fix the mod, but if you're playing multiplayer, I won't be able to test it on multiplayer. You'll have to... Yeah, it's a very easy fix. You just set the... you turn up the fuel usage. Use it for an hour on and off, it's always been 119. Yeah, they've just got the fuel usage set to probably 0. That's a super easy fix. That's literally a line in the XML that needs fixing. 30 seconds at most for me. Most of which will be spent finding the fuel usage line. I'll just copy it out of something of a similar size. I'll probably copy it out of the T6040 and make it a bit smaller. But that fuel usage problem is down to the mod being incomplete. It is shoddily made and lazily made, if that's an issue. Because that's one of the easiest bugs to fix with a mod. And if it's designed as a feature, it's a mod author who doesn't really care about the game as a whole. Because the whole part of the challenge for me is making sure that the tractors have enough fuel at all times. And finding the money to buy the fuel. We're making decent progress with this field though. I wasn't expecting to get this much done. It's on AdBlue. What? That doesn't make any sense to me. I'll keep going until Ford tries to explain what the hell it's on AdBlue means. But we're coming to the end of the stream now, so not much left to do. Well, plenty left to do. Not much that I'm going to do. I don't know what AdBlue is. If I knew what AdBlue is, I wouldn't tell you. I wouldn't ask you what the hell AdBlue is. Is that some kind of miracle fuel or something? Going pretty good. Yeah, this is why I like the Moline. It's actually a really efficient seeder. It's one of the most efficient seeders in the game. And normally I'd criticize a mod like this, but I mean, this thing was intended originally to be horse-drawn. I can't complain if something's this efficient, despite being like an inefficient design. Thing you put in car, tractor, truck, anything that reduces fumes. Google's your friend. Well, I know Google's my friend for, but I'm not gonna Google stuff midstream. That's what you guys are here for. You guys are Google when I'm streaming. Yeah, this is what... The Moline is actually the reason I wanted the Small Farms pack, in all honesty. The Minneapolis Moline is my absolute #1 favourite seeder mod in Farm Sim ever. Just because it looks really nice. Yeah, it doesn't look as nice as some other seeders that are about, but it's a quality looking model. It has very, very good functionality, and on the back of something like the Farmall 300, which is a beautiful tractor, it just looks right. I mean, that is just a really beautiful look. Beautiful image right there. You know, old tractor, old seeder, working in perfect harmony. On that note, I think it's time to end the stream. So, I'll leave you now by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 15 on the... Oh, wonderful. The stream actually crashed when I said it's time to end the stream. I'm going to leave you by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 15 on the small farm. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.